Hello everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, you guys. I think this is coming up on the end. I'm really scared. We've just found out that Gatto is the one who stabbed Mystic Elise, aka Misty Faye, in the back. Right in front of Maya, pretty much. I'm sure there's an explanation, and I think I know already what it is, but we're gonna have to really spell it out, I believe. And unfortunately, I have a feeling we're gonna have to make Maya talk about that. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, I'm so excited right now. Mr. Gatto, the defense at this time formally accuses you. So we stopped right at the big reveal. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Donham, also known as Miss Misty Faye. Oh no.
It's hard to believe this may be true, however. Once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you.
And then he has, it looks like to me, I know that I gave him a lot of sass in the last episode, but it was just the heat of the moment because I was just so in shock. And all I want to do is protect Maya. But, he seems to be encouraging her, even though this is what he's done. And I think I know why, but at the same time, it is a little disconcerting, isn't it? He doesn't seem to be fazed by this at all. It's pretty much just like he expected this was going to happen.
Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps.
What? First of all, that wouldn't be legal.
Come on, how does a little graffiti make me into the killer?
I just feel like if he really wanted us not to figure this out, he wouldn't goad us into finding the truth, which he's pretty much doing. He's not even hiding it, really.
Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there.
What you gotta say, Phoenix? I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red.
This is rich. Do go on, Trite.
Oh, I'm going. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
The snow? How so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow, right? This is what I said earlier, too. Probably because he wasn't sure where it splattered, so he wanted to be thorough and get rid of it all. Your Honor, you said it yourself. If they wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area? And then I said, why not kick the snow back over so it doesn't look like you totally did something? But no one answered my question on that.
Yes, why didn't they just take that area? Oh, could it be?
Yup, Phoenix is coming to that conclusion now. Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow. And so he had to remove all of it. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area.
What?
Cyclops, you in big trouble, boy.
Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark?
Yeah, but your shit lit it up, man. You were like a Christmas tree out there. What? Not a chance. The torches were all lit. They would have been able to see fine. That too. I went with the Christmas tree, though, thing, because it was funny. Well, no, it actually wasn't funny, but whatever.
It seems that once again, this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least.
I'll say.
Can you explain this, Mr. Gatto?
Yeah, can you? I'm worried about this. Wait, what's that then? Who said that? Maya! Wait, just wait a minute. What's wrong, honey? Maya!
What is it, witness?
Mr. Gatto isn't the killer. See, this is what I'm saying. She's also sticking up for him. She knows, doesn't she? She understands why. And I like I said, I do too. It was just the heat of the moment. But this still must be so hard for her. Knowing that it had to happen because of the circumstances, right? It's just all so tragic, isn't it? After all, he didn't even come to the Inner Temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection!
What? Oh, he's objecting? What?
Maya. You can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I'm...
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
That's true. We know exactly why, too, don't we?
She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Well, it's about to probably come to a head, isn't it? Oh, no.
Are you senile, old man? We just established this a little while ago.
After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time because she was channeling Dahlia at the time. She had to, because Dahlia's previous host was dead.
Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. It's not true, though, honey. You can't do that. Nick, please listen to me. Oh, what do we do? This is so tough. Do you plan to cover for Gato no matter what the cost? If she just explains the truth, though, I think it'll probably be okay. No? I think it will be. If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. Oh, but we're probably going to rip it apart, aren't we? Oh, darn. Why couldn't she just say the truth? Well, I guess we wouldn't have a game if she did that. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha! Nicely done, Trite.
Very well. Let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the Inner Temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. But that little girl was there, at the Inner Temple, too. What you mean, Pearl? Why wouldn't you just say her name, though? What?
Oh, good lord.
Pearlie was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Gato arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up.
It doesn't sound like him. What, he'd give her one of his anecdotes? I'm sure that helped a lot. Who is this Pearlie?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye.
So when did you hear about this?
Oh, just a while ago, when I was in the medical office.
I'm terribly sorry. But what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony, despite the fact that we have been doing stuff like that since this began.
What? Come on! Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be.
You don't say. Actually, no, she's not, because she lied to us earlier. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Of course you do. Mr. Gatto? Let's just move on to the cross-examination. If the defense has no objections.
He probably knows that we're gonna rip the truth out at this point. He doesn't really have to do anything, does he?
This is highly unusual, but, well, Mr. Wright?
We're gonna do it, Phoenix? Let's get this cross-examination started. Yeah, Phoenix knows that this is really the only chance, isn't it? We're just gonna have to prove it. After the incident, okay. Here we are. I'm gonna press everything if I can. Pearlie was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night. I mean, we know that to be true. But still. So where did you think Pearl slept that night? In the spare prep room next to the training hall, I guess. There's a rule that you can't enter the training hall during an Acolyte's training.
But even so, why did she go to the Inner Temple in the first place?
It seems that Pearl became very worried about Maya. She knew that the spiritual training I was about to undergo was very intense. That part is true. Pearls was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the Inner Temple. Yeah, I think that's also mostly it. She realized that she had already been channeled and she had to probably go find out who it was. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there, possessing the body of Elise Stoneham. So we've got that much. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. Talk to me about that. She searched the entire Inner Temple side end to end? Well, you see, Pearlie gets pretty scared when she's alone. And there weren't that many places to look. She says that she even went back and forth several times. The Inner Temple side has two structures, the training hall and a spare prep room. And there's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it. There was a storage shack too? Did we see that? I don't think we did. Pearls was looking for other people, right? Would she have really examined a storage shack all that carefully? How about it? Well, if it were me, that would be the first place I would investigate.
So that means it's possible that someone may have been hiding in the storage shack.
Okay. This is like the first time we're hearing about it. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. Alright. Tell me about that. Pearls didn't hear the sound of them working on the bridge? What do you mean? I was just wondering why she would stay in the prep room. If it was me, I'd at least go out and wait at the foot of the bridge. Yeah, true. Then people could see her. Oh, well, Pearlie said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was so scared during the night that she couldn't sleep well and woke up a bunch of times.
Poor little girl. All alone like that. Well, we know that she had at least one friend in the sacred cavern. Dahlia Hawthorne, who was busy battling with the trick lock. She couldn't let anyone see her, so she wouldn't have shown herself to Pearls. True. What happened after the bridge was finally fixed?
That's when Mr. Gatto arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. Well, I'm definitely pressing this. I need to know more about this. So it was your first time on the Inner Temple side, Mr. Gatto?
That's funny. Am I imagining things, or did the defense ask me a question? Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness.
What? I don't think so. What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor.
Oh, wrecked. Touché, Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Oh well. What do you have to say, Mr. Gatto?
Whoop. No, you can't whoop. That is not an answer.
Hot nights and even hotter coffee.
That's what I always say. Who drinks coffee at night? Well, you probably do.
If it hadn't been for this case, I never would have visited there. A freezing cold temple in the mountains? I think I'll pass.
Yeah, it doesn't seem the best, does it? So he had never visited Hazakura Temple or the Inner Temple?
Ha! You want to say something trite?
In any case, I have to find a crack in Gatto's armor. While I cross-examine Maya, that is.
Very well, please go on with your testimony. After fixing the bridge, the policeman came over to the Inner Temple's side, right?
Yes, then Mr. Gatto. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. No. Something's definitely wrong here. He cheered her up?
Because we know that not to be true.
That's what Pearlie said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Lie. I'm just giving Gatto the piss right now, like seriously. I don't hate him, you guys. I'm not completely sold, but I think we have to go farther with this for me to figure out what the hell's going on. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Gatto.
And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict.
Same. Same, though.
Cut it out. You're making me blush.
No, we're not. This guy's really beginning to get on my nerves. In more ways than one, Phoenix, I'm with you, boy.
The truth is, there aren't many places to look on the Inner Temple's side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs. So, I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way. Gatto style. I'm the same way. I like to hand down verdicts in my own way, judge style.
What? Maybe I should ask some questions. Phoenix style. Oh, what do we have here? Forget it. Cheering Pearls up or Gatto's investigation. Well, with this prompt, something's got to be asked. I don't think cheering Pearls up is the most important thing. I think this one would probably yield the most information, huh? Gatto's investigation? Yeah, let's do that. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything?
It looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, trite. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern.
Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. Ha ha!
The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall.
What? Beauty?
Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western taste.
What? Wait, is he talking about the scroll? Wait, what? How did he see that? Wasn't it all covered in shit?
Literally.
Western taste? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy? Oh, he was just looking at the gravy? How could you see her beauty through that, though?
So from there you headed for the prep room?
Wait a sec. What did Gatto say just now? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Is it the scroll, then? Where was Gatto when the murder was taking place? Oh, he must have already been at the Inner Temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Ellie Stoneham. Pearlie was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night. So where did you think oh wait, no, this is the same. Oh shoot, it's rolled around. I'm very sorry. Okay, hang on. I forgot that. For some reason I thought that was the last statement. Get out of here with this. We already read this. So wait a minute now. There was something else that kind of alluded to what they're talking about. I just have to find it. The next morning she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Gatto arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. This is it, isn't it? Here. So if he saw the gravy on the scroll, right? Hang on, let me look at something here. If he saw the gravy on the scroll, he must have been there at the right time. Is that... That's what I have to present, right? Because she did that in the middle of the night. But he could still say he saw it the next morning. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Oh, help. Oh my god, yeah! Mr. Gatto, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place. Yup. I think that's what we need. Why do you say that? Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
Hanging scroll?
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying now. So I kind of got, again, this is one of those situations where I got to the answer without fully knowing the answer because of just hints. But he saw her before the gravy was poured on. That's what they're alluding to. He described her kimono and everything just now. But then he also described the gravy, so how could he have seen both? Unless he was there before and after that took place. That's what they're alluding to right now. Mr. Gatto's right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother. Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. Right, she was unconscious the whole time the gravy thing happened. She didn't even know that occurred. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the trading hall looked like this.
What's that wonderfully delicious smell?
Ew, it must smell bunk by now. Those been days. Gross. The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Gatto, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have any way of knowing that it was Misty Fate. That's, yep, basically just what I said. What now, Maya? Wait a minute, Nick! Maya, don't fight me. This is awful. Yes? Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there. Ah, that. It's the mark of the master, correct? But how would Gatto know that, really? Maybe he would. Exactly, so if you know the meaning of the mark...
Then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Fate on there.
I don't know, though. True, but Mr. Gatto described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese... Yeah, here we go. So, basically describing what she was wearing. So that's what he was looking at, isn't it? Oh. Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known what she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Gatto, on the day of the murder. You were hiding at the Inner Temple long before the crime took place. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Whoop. No, your whoop is in big trouble, boy. Can I ask you just one little thing, Trite? No, I won't make out with you. Sorry. My heart belongs to another. What is it? This whole theory of yours? It all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. Did you? I bet you did. Oh, you know what? Oh, I might know how. Wait a minute. That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene. I think we have one thing that alludes to it, but only one. Of course Mr. Gatto knew about the plan. Huh?
What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew about the...
I think I'm right about this, you guys. We have one thing that alludes to the plan beforehand, and only one, though I'm not really sure how he got his hands on it. It's this, isn't it? It's this. Oh, I think I'm right. Yeah? Am I right? This crime was actually planned over a year ago.
Dude.
Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the little time Little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Yes. The killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's what I suspected. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the Inner Temple. And you're saying this crafty killer is me? You bet I am. But you just said that the instructions were hidden. That's right. Mr. Gatto couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden. I don't know. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out.
Yes, and when was that?
During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. Gatto was there? That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center. I didn't see that part coming. At least they explained it. Good God. He's crafty. Yes, it could be arranged if you were with someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Gatto. What you gonna say? I see you dropped your mug. That's some serious shit right there. Order, order! Mr. Gatto, you're under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you? You were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. Whoop. No, you can't be whooping. Your whoopism is dead to me now. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee. I don't think that has anything to do with what I just said to you, actually. Would you stop speaking in circles, please? Sorry if I was asking, but what does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness? That's what we're saying. Or at least that's what I'm hoping you did it to protect somebody, because otherwise you're a piece of crap. And I don't really want you to be a piece of crap, to be honest. That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? The girl's nothing but a stranger to me. No, she's not, though. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her. Yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do, though. And we know that. Because of, previous foreshadowing. I am what you see. I'm certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress. Yeah, we know that by the way you talk to Franny, but this is different. The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural. But he did have a motive, and we know what it is. However, you had good reason, didn't you, Mr. Gatto? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all cost. I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Oh, I sure have, darling. Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Gatto. For the same reason, huh? I think so. That's too bad. Still don't know what Mia saw in him, but that's none of my business. Okay, Tried, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. What's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together inextricably. It's Mia. Of course. Sadly. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all. She is Mia Fey's only sister. Oh dear. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second here. Mr. Gatto is a defense attorney? No, he was. You can change. With your honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. Wow. The shade. The real name of this man who calls himself Gatto. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? What you gonna say about that? He's got nothing to say. Doesn't care, I don't think. The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando? That name rings a bell. It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. Yup. Oh, I hate seeing this. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. God, what a tragedy. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense lawyer at the office where Mia worked. It's weird, too, because I want to like this guy, I really do. But even in that court case, he seemed so condescending to her. I know that's probably his way of helping, and that's just his character that they wrote. But it's so difficult to see him like that, because you just expect something else.
It's my fault. It's all my fault Mr. Falls killed himself.
Mia, you can't cry yet. All right, I remember this part. He really was upset, though, because of this. This part really struck me. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
He's trying to be strong, right? He's trying to make the girls be strong. I get it, but his character's just written so strangely. You're just not used to it, are you?
I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith into her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Okay, I don't blame you there, buddy. Let's not forgive her. Me and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then, one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. Oh, this is where the sadness happened, isn't it? Oh, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned. Whoop. Even I didn't see it coming.
That's right.
Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. But very little information about the case was released to the press.
But you weren't dead at all.
No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma.
I see.
My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused.
That's terrible. It is terrible, though. That part is really terrible. I do feel for him.
Apparently it was a miracle I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poison brew. Then one morning my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? And the worst possible news was waiting for me.
He didn't know. Oh dear.
Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered, and the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman you loathed? The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yeah. Okay, well, you really do feel for him a bit more now. But why does he have to be such a condescending fuck? Why can't he just speak a little nicer? I get it, it's his character, and it's okay for people to have different characters. It's just hard to take.
Good old Mia, she didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up.
That's so sad.
For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor.
I see. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live?
The first was you, Trite.
Huh? Me?
If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did.
Well, hang on now. I get what he's saying here, but that's not entirely true. He wouldn't have been able to do anything.
You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die.
I couldn't be with her 24/7, though.
It was all your fault.
It wasn't like that.
I wanted to see for myself what kind of man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor?
My other reason for living. She goes by the name of Maya Fey.
Huh? You mean me?
You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her.
That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan. So he was working all this time to help her. I guess I can understand that. Okay, that makes him a little bit better in my book.
I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it.
That makes sense. It does. If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out.
Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both my accomplices.
Accomplices?
Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey.
He contacted her mother to come out and do this. That's why she appeared. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. But in all that coincidental happening. Ugh. And she had to die because of it.
I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
But how did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years.
Officially, yeah.
What? What do you mean, officially?
Whoop. You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of the Crane had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
So my mother was cooperating with you?
Oh boy, that makes it all the worse, doesn't it though? Don't ever forget. No matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you.
That's like the first nice thing he said all day. She was always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff.
Her staff? The one with the sword in it?
The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple.
This is so sad.
That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey, if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate... Okay, so she knew. She knew exactly what was going to happen. And she pretty much, not gave him permission per se, but in a way.
Mother! Oh, poor Maya, darling.
That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearl's, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
I see, it's all making sense now, isn't it?
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up.
She was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What? What do you mean?
If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
That's right. As Master of Karain, Misty Fey's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fey wouldn't be able to.
And then Dahlia went and tried to go for Maya in an unexpected, but probably expected twist. Oh my goodness.
What? Is this true?
My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Fey. That's why I hid myself in the inner temple, just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Gato.
So he really was trying to do good.
Anyway, that's all I'm gonna admit to, trite. Huh? There's no doubt about it, you're a great defense lawyer.
Hey, thanks.
But you're gonna have to do the rest yourself.
Is there more? There might be a bit.
The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey, and I'm sad to say you, Mr. Gatto.
Uh-oh. Well, Trite, if you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick. Please don't.
Maya.
I heard the whole thing. From my sister. In the medical office. That's why. That's why I have to protect Mr. Gatto.
What is she covering for?
I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all... he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too. I get that part of it, darling, but we've got to find out the truth.
Maya, I know that.
Nick.
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of the crime. Please, Maya, testify.
Miss Faye, your testimony, please.
This is the final testimony. Okay, here we go. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
Are you gonna do it, Maya? Are you gonna be able to? I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
Oh dear. Is she actually gonna tell us the truth, though?
Alright, young lady, tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
The time of the murder. Here we go. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood.
Right, so it happened right then and there.
She wasn't dead, though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dolly collapsed and I lost consciousness.
One of those statements is setting something off to me.
These red lights, I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Things break, Trite, even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? Looks like you still can't prove it. Wait a minute. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. Hang on. Hang on a minute. I want to look at something really quick. We still have this. The blood doesn't match the victims. This is what stuck out to me when she said that she heard a scream. But then whose blood is on it? I think I know. I just don't know when to present it. The rest is up to me.
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness.
Here we go. Alright. Time of the murder. I'm going to try to press everything and hopefully I don't get in trouble. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I think this is true and there's probably going to be nothing coming from it, but just in case. Lights shining in the dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that.
Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure they were from Mr. Gatto's mask either.
I don't get the feeling she's covering for him anymore, but... let me see everything she's saying before I go on with this. Maya's life was in terrible danger at the time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly.
Alright then, let's go on with the testimony. What did you do when you saw the red lights?
I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood.
Okay. That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I don't think she would know.
I think so, probably. Just at that moment. I heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. It was a woman's voice.
So that was when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with the murder weapon. Is that right?
Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that?
She wasn't dead, though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her.
Okay. Struck back? How do you know that?
Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement. And also, the smell of blood.
You have witnessed more horror than any young lady should ever have to in one life. So then, what did you do at that point?
I couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do.
Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier?
Yes, I think so. But
suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. It was Gatto that got stabbed, wasn't it? They went out?
Yes. Suddenly I couldn't see them at all.
What could it mean?
If the red lights were coming from Gatto's mask, and they went out right in the middle of a fight, he got stabbed. It has to be.
Maybe the mask was damaged.
Or maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries ran out. Right, Trite? It doesn't use batteries, does it?
Or maybe those little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working.
What could have really happened then? Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. He got stabbed with the dagger. That's gotta be it. What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
That's gotta be it. The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne? It wasn't, I bet.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, it's just as I suspected. Okay, so do we have to present something there?
So that scream came from the killer?
That's gotta be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
No, that's not what happened.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
No, it has to be the dagger because we haven't even used that yet.
Well, Mr. Wright, seems to make sense to me.
No, that thing is too big and unwieldy. I think it's the dagger for sure. Yeah, there's a contradiction. I'm gonna go with my gut instinct here. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction.
That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Remember the testimony she just gave? Before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she'd already been splattered by the victim's blood, which meant she had been stabbed. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim, right?
Oh, is that right?
She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. Definitely. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, trite. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer? That dagger, of course. Yup. Well, I know I'm right now. Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree. Yeah, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well. What you gonna say? Do you have a wound, Gatto? Can we see it? Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood of the dagger could have been from the victim. It's already on there that it's not, though. We've already made the test. Oh, Gatto, please. That's a stupid mistake for you to make. Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. Oh, Gatto, you gonna show that to us? Take off your shirt, boy. I'm willing to look.
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Gatto, it would prove that it's your blood. Whoop. Nice theory, trite. Thank you. I came up with it myself. I feel good about this right now.
Order in the court.
Is this the end? Have I done it? I don't know. I think there might be one more thing. I feel like something's missing still. Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. Huh. Let me ask you something, trite. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? Yes, because you can't see it, darling. Come on now. Don't waste my time. Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already a bloodstain on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. But you don't see the blood on it, darling.
Yes, what does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. It can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, trite. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Let's do a thorough test then. Let's find out. Not a chance. What?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then, witness, continue your testimony.
Oh, wait.
Wait a minute.
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation.
Maya!
This dagger? You said that it wounded the killer.
That's right.
But if Mr. Gatto had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right?
I'm pretty sure he changed clothes since then. Because he doesn't wear, like, the same shit every day. Oh, God. Maya? Maybe he just changed his clothes? That solved the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that was on the Inner Temple side got trapped there.
Ah, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the Inner Temple...
Oh, I see. All right.
Mr. Gatto was already there
Waiting. Oh, sorry, that was mine. He never had a chance to change his clothes. Oh, okay. What does that mean then?
Order in the court.
Wait a minute now. Maybe he brought some more. Maybe he brought a change of clothes with him. Phoenix, why are we the same person?
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
Oh, crap. Did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? He does seem a bit smarter than usual, doesn't he? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. Oh yeah, he did it naked. Oh, that's a good thought.
Wait, what?
That's impossible, Wright. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid.
Oh, crap. Where the hell is this leading?
So that's all you've got? I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Ugh. Right now, if Mia Fey were here...
How dare you?
If Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already.
If Mia Fey were here?
So come on, Wright, can you do it or not?
Mia is here, technically, isn't she?
How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Gatto of being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you gotten even one piece of evidence?
I don't know. The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. Yeah, do it, Phoenix. You can do it.
I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Huh. That's good. A fighter till the bitter end, Wright.
Ooh, yeah, here we go with the music. The good stuff here, the good old music. Yes, bring me back.
Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Gatto?
Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You've got nothing, Wright.
So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Okay?
Alright then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you've got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been blood stain on his clothing.
There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound.
What did you say?
Hidden?
Oh
no. Uh-oh. Oh, that's terrible. This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there was no blood stain on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound.
It's the end of the line. The final stop, Wright. Let's hear what you've got.
Oh god, this is everything. This is everything!
Where's this location where you say the killer hid his wound?
Do I have to present a profile? You know what I think? It's behind his mask. That's what I think it is. It's the only place. So, but how do I show that? Do I just present his profile? God. Oh god, hold on to something.
Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Trite?
She was there. He saw her, I think.
What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him?
Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. Oh my god, I was right. Oh dear. Mia. It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. Oh my god, he got stabbed in the eye? That's terrible. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Gatto, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved. Is he gonna do it? Oh my gosh! Is he alright? Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Did he do it? Oh dear. No. Maybe? No, he's whipping. This is not the time. Alright, take a sip and then do it. Come on, you can do it.
Just now, I saw her spirit in you. I never liked you.
Really?
6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle poison.
He didn't do it on purpose. He was just dumb. But I get it.
And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die.
I get why he's upset, but it wasn't Phoenix's fault.
But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Gatto.
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive, it was Mia, wasn't it?
Oh, or himself. Never mind, that's better. Oh, Gatto, oh no. He had so much anger in him, didn't he? That he had to cover it up with like a huge fucking tough guy facade throwing out things every now and then, spouting poetry, condescending everyone. That was just how he lived.
You yourself?
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else.
It wasn't your fault either.
I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit.
But you saved Maya.
Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
What do you mean? Is he gonna take the fall now?
Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person I should have gone and talked to right away.
Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul.
I get it. I get it now, guys. I still, he's not my favorite, but I do understand him a little bit more. I get it. It's a tragic story. It really is.
I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more.
It really hit him hard.
That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous.
Forgive me. I couldn't, if he knew about it, technically, couldn't he have stopped the whole affair by just like picking up everybody in the temple and just making them leave for a week? Something. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Oh, look, Phoenix trying to cheer him up.
Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this. Part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me.
But he really didn't have a choice at that point. It's tragic, but true.
Could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming.
That's true. It must have been really hard not knowing.
I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else?
Either way, you did what you thought was right. And she really is a terrible person. I can understand, I guess, wanting to get rid of her once and for all. But man, what a battle.
Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge?
All this Gatto talking is taking such a toll on my voice, oh my god.
And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. Oh no. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from me as death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people.
Oh, Phoenix, you see that? You've done good, dude.
In that one moment, I understood everything.
Oh. Poor Gatto, that's nice. Thanks, man.
Mr. Gatto.
You're right there, bub. Are you gonna take your mask off? I do want to see if there is a wound under there, actually.
I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me.
Oh, yeah. Is he crying? And the wounds. He's crying blood. Oh, dear. Your wound. It's bleeding. Huh. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. Oh, boy. These must be my tears.
Tears?
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando.
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Yeah. It's over for him, isn't it?
Oh no. Oh my goodness. What a story! Wow! Everyone's speechless.
This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. Darling, you're off the hook. Oh, sweetie.
Well, not completely. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offense.
I understand, Your Honor.
Mr. Armando,
Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway. So she also did it for a reason. She did have good intentions. She'd probably been real done with her sister at that point.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Is there? Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright.
What is it?
I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me? For what?
For the case 6 years ago, of course.
What? Wait, what?
You weren't there. Are you just saying that your sister was a bad girl and you're apologizing for that?
You didn't have any control over that.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. More like willingly poisoned. Even now, 6 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. Oh, Phoenix, you were so silly back then, too.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What did you mean?
You and my sister. You only met twice.
What? Wait a minute, what do you mean? No way. No way. No, tell me that's not happening. What? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day.
Right.
The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of the very courthouse,
And then gave Phoenix the necklace.
The next time you met her was 6 months later.
What?
You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
But no way. It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship we were... Oh my god, no.
For those 6 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
Oh my god. It was her! Huh? It wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
They switched places?
What? Did she fall in love with Phoenix?
You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 6 months.
Oh my god.
Oh, Phoenix!
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. because of the police investigation and their surveillance. She couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you?
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
She sent her in.
As a decoy?
Prepared for the worst.
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place?
I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 6 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer.
Yup.
She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
Oh no. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
Noticed what?
My feelings for you.
Oh, she fell in love with him, did she? That's so sad.
If I had found out she's planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, even if it meant her life or mine.
Iris!
After spending half a year by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
Oh my god! This is crazy! I have something to say to you too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were.
That's the Dahlia he loved right there then. Well, that makes so much sense. I couldn't figure out in the beginning why he loved such a snake.
Even if she did fake it. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Oh no, oh darling. Thank you.
Man, your life was weaved terribly, but you still tried to make the best of it. How can you whip at a time like this? How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Oh boy. So many things! Mia's mother getting killed as part of a plan? Gatto doing, carrying that out to save her? Save Maya? Iris taking Dahlia's place? This is unreal! I can't believe all of this! Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright? I don't know what to— oh my god! Phoenix, drink that coffee! Boy, it's good. You know what? I'm gonna have some coffee too. Hang on. I got some right here. Yeah, everyone pick up your coffee. It's good. Yeah, I think you're right.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Donham. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in the case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of the murder, I hereby find the defendant
Not guilty! Holy shit! We've done it! I can't believe we've done it!
Court is now adjourned.
Oh, what a wild ride. My heart is racing, you guys. I feel so full up and so empty at the same time because of all the tragedy that's occurred. But did we really have a happy ending? Well, I hope Gatto's there to help Iris get through that. I really do. So I guess it's all over? The way everything ended. Was justice really served? That's how I'm feeling, Phoenix. Good lord. The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Oh, Mia. Oh, I need you now, darling. So nice to see your face. I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? Yeah, his soul has changed now, Phoenix, don't you see? He can move on. I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense lawyer could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again, Someday, Phoenix. We must. Don't stay away from me forever. Please come back when I need you. And even when I don't need you. I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Guys, I'm tearing up a little. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. This gets to me. Nick, oh Maya, you alright, darling? Maya, I guess it's just like my sis said. Your sister, Mia? That night, when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. But, come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick. I'm crying, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm crying just a little bit. Maya, how? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Youch! Francie! Oh, I'm so happy to see you, darling. You really helped a lot, too. Franny got all the locks undone. Oh, bless. Franz, I love you. Still a softie as always, Phoenix, right? Yeah, I'm crying too. Probably Phoenix is as well. But Von Karm is probably don't cry. Well, that's not true. She did once. Edgeworth, my darling, how are you? Excellent work, right? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francisca have been actually helping me. Helping you? I couldn't have done it without them. They were really integral to this. They were fantastic. If these two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial... Oh, they're so great. I love them so much. The defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow. But where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too. Francisca? I don't suppose... Who's that? Oh, Larry. Oh, Larry. There's room for me in this group hug, is there? Oh, Larry. Poor Larry, he does need a hug. He actually was telling the truth the whole time. Nobody believed him. What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone. Not even once. That's not true. Right, Nick? What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? Oh, just tell him. I got a place in this world, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, everyone's so mean to him. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah, those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say that it's lacking resemblance. Do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well, too? Oh, whoa! My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Oh, well, I mean, she's not wrong. She's very beautiful. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. So then you'll do it? Like you promised? You're gonna model for my next picture book, Francie's Whiplash Splash? Ah! Don't get carried away. Did anyone make that? I would read it. Give me that book. Oh, poor Larry. Where's Pearlie? Is she not here? Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. The painting of Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls. Where could she have gone? Is Mia still here? I don't think so. Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya. Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. What? Hey, Pearlie? Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that's happened? Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. Yeah, and she's definitely not in a chipper mood, is she? I think I understand how she feels. Maya's a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. All of these guys have lost their father. Maya Edgeworth and Francisca. Well, Maya losing her mother, I mean.
We don't know much about Maya's dad, do we? Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
What do you mean by now is exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she...
Pearls. Because she's so young, of course.
I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry.
Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Edgeworth. I think I'm starting to understand too. Ow! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright, who is Maya Fey being strong for?
Yep, it's our little lady.
Yes, indeed. Pearl Fey.
The poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. And she had to hear in court that her mother didn't care about her. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. Oh, poor little lady. This is so sad for her. Oh, no. Oh. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. I hope that the tradition of the two houses fighting, I hope that stops with these two. I think if anyone could turn that around, these two girls could. And make it so they don't have to be in competition anymore. Boy, I really hope so. But it's cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. And that's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake, until she can see her smile again. Gumshoe, how's your face, love? How you doing? Oh, hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we got quite the bunch here today. Ow! What was that for, sir?
Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Thanks. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. You don't have any money. Come on now. My salary's just sorta kinda gone down a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Ah!
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe, you said a first-class French restaurant? You don't mean... Très bien, where else? Oh, God, of course. I knew it, we're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Oh, is she still there, is she? Hey, you crybaby, you're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls? I hope they're alright. You're right, Maya. Oh, Maya? What's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearlie, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh? I'll bet she just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her.
Well, Mia was only here just a second ago, so she couldn't have gotten home that fast. As I figured, she's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that's befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Maya and I we'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick.
Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Ah, yeah, that lobster dish.
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, right? Girl, my darling, I would never keep you waiting. Not ever. We won't.
But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Oh, of course. Oh, is she here, is she? Oh, dear. Here we are.
Hazakura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon! Hello, darling. How are you?
Sister Bikini? I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearlie's here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay.
Is she in here?
Pearlie's not here.
Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll.
Ah! Oh, it's fixed, is it?
Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful.
Someone cleaned it off.
It's gotta be pearls.
Ah! Mystic Maya! Pearly! Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya! Oh, don't cry, honey. It's okay. I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother... That's why you came here? It's the least I could do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone. But how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie to me just to make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong for all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini, your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Crane, I don't have the right to face my daughter. Oh, but still Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. And probably even after that. Wait a minute now, doesn't that mean that they could channel her? Your spirit was with her, that's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. Oh, she'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die. That's the master's talisman. The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It belongs to you now, doesn't it, Maya? It wasn't the container that was important, rather the contents. There's a note inside. Is there our picture? A photo? Ah! Mother. Let's see. It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Look at this! Oh no, Maya broke the vase too? That vase has been broken more times than we can count. Oh, and look, Mia's helping her. This is the cutest thing ever. Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother too. I learned that from all of them. Oh, look at this is too precious. Oh, I love it. Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting. This is a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate with what we've overcome today. But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Aw, Pearls. All right, I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for the three of you when you come back. All right. We're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight. There's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to, but... What is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3? Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us. Oh god, I'm sure he's glad to hear that. Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh? It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course, naturally. Wait, what? That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick? Sure, I was wondering if I can say just one little thing. Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too. Ew. Well then, here goes nothing. Oh. Of course. I doesn't want to. Wow. You guys, this game. I feel like a broken record, right? Because at the end of the first 3 games that I've played, I'll just let these play so I can talk. Oh, she's gonna be a good big sister to Pearlie and Nick, even though she's the master now. Boy, she's got a lot to do, doesn't she? Ugh. These games are so good, and I've said this at each one. How do they keep getting better? Now, I know that this was the trilogy, so after this one, I believe is Apollo Justice or something like that. So I don't believe that Phoenix is actually main character in that. Oh, Phoenix went through with the special course, did he? According to Pearls. There's a legendary extra special ultra course too. I think I'll surprise the 2 of them by making them a secret reservation. Maybe I should read these. But man, boy, this was the best one. You guys are right about that. It was so good in every way. Oh, God. Not Gato. Gato? Gumshoe. I'm hoping we see Gato at the end. Look, he cleaned his coat, did he? Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is more detective-like, so he got a new coat, did he? That's fantastic. Oh, wait, what? Oh, so I hope someone screenshotted that. It went by too fast. But he basically said he soiled himself. Anyway. Oh, this was such a good game. I loved it so much, and I'm so glad you guys were there with me. Oh, Adrian, how are you doing? Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of the Crane exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year. She taught me how to use a whip, and said that I must show you what I've learned. Oh, wow. I could see you with a whip, though. For serious, though. Oh, you guys really made this for me, too. Nobody spoiled a thing. And you guys gave me great little hints, and you all had such nice conversations in the comments. Desi and I started a company called Mask to Mask Clothing. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals in the city. Our motto is cut it out, please. This is so fast. You guys are gonna have to read this for yourselves. I'm so sorry. They also sell plans to the criminals. Oh my god. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals ever. Maybe. It's okay. I really did like all the characters in this. Even the ones I didn't like added something, and they were great characters in themselves. Even you, honey. Mr. Wright, I want to thank you for exterminating Don Tigray. I returned the $500,000, along with a tea set. A special thick tea, when I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise. Oh dear, what'd you do? Anyway. This was so, how do I keep saying how great it was? I thoroughly enjoyed this so much. Oh, even you, I guess. I'm just old and in the way, a wrinkly, grumpy clown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Oh, that was nice. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. Don't act like you don't have the dirty diaper, though, because I know that's happened. Well, the music was so fantastic in this one, too. Oh, it's brilliant all around. As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elk. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Oh, really? As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. Everyone's doing okay. Jeez, you know, it's gonna be sad too, because we're not gonna start with another Phoenix Wright game after this. We're gonna take a small break. My, more reporters? Since the murder, we've made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual, especially in spring. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Well, here's hoping she does. Who knows? So yeah, we're gonna take a break because the next one I think I'm gonna play is the next one in the series, not the Edgeworth one, because I know that's the next one chronologically, but it wasn't made next, and I kind of like playing games in that manner for what they had planned. But that's gonna be a while off yet. You've turned into such an respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Oh no. Phoenix does like her a little bit, huh? Jeez. So yeah, expect that, there's gonna be a small break in Phoenix Wright. The next game I'm gonna play is nothing like this at all. Oh, Edgeworth, yes. Seon King, whoever you are, God bless you. So good. This one, not so much, but I respect what you're doing. Not the voice I would have picked for her, but a good voice actress nonetheless. Aww, I miss them all already. Oh boy. Who's this one? James C. Wilson, you got a deep voice, boy. I hope you're doing a lot of cool work. Oh, he threw the cup. Yes, Franzie's I still love. I do love her voice. Janet Sue, you did really well. Kudos to all the voice actors. Oh, even Peridot. David Crislip. Well done. So good. Oh, look at this. We're here, are we? Oh, old bag, what you up to, lady? What's this? I'm back from a long and tiring vacation and no one is here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, little whippersnapper Buddy quit and now I've got no one. And what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What was all the flashing lights and switches? I feel like some sort of space alien. And now what am I going to do with all these macadamia nuts I brought back for everyone? If I bring them over to Edgy I know exactly what he'd say the instant he saw them. I really can't accept these, I'm afraid. If something as painful as fragile heart, oh, will where I ever find a gentleman who treat me like a refined lady? I tried. Oh, dear. Oh, so good. So yeah, we're going to take a break for Phoenix Wright. The next game's going to be vastly different. But we will come back to it, don't worry. I'm very excited to play the next one. I just want to give you guys a little bit of a break. I also want to read Franzie's Whiplash Splash. Please, someone tell me that was made. I want to see it. Larry's going to be an artist now. He's going to work on his trade. Well, that's good. He needs a hobby, he really does. Oh, man. I'm sorry this finale was extra long, although I don't think anyone's really going to complain about it. Look at this! Oh, bless! What a lovely picture. I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, and everyone we've lost along the way. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, wow, I'm getting the feels, you guys. I am tearing up a little bit, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I am so happy you liked this. Like I said, expect a break in Phoenix Wright. We will come back to it in a little while. I'm going to play some different games now. The next game is something that was so heavily requested for so many years, but I'm scared to death to play it, so I'm going to call in some help. But it will be 100% blind. It's something I've never done before in a genre I've never really played before. You guys are going to hopefully love it. PAX East is coming up very soon, so please expect videos to have a small break in them, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday slot, to have a small break until I come back from PAX. So I would maybe expect something to resume the new LP on the 9th, if that's all right. Suikoden will continue until it's done. And in the meanwhile, I think I'll try to upload some streams for you while I'm busy preparing the new LP. I hope you guys understand. Thank you so, so much. This journey would not have been as fun if I wasn't playing it with you guys. You guys made it everything for me, and I really hope you enjoy it. I'll see you guys soon. I love you so, so much. Never forget. Bye.